make it now give me eczema. Big baller, call me Benzema. Anyway you see me, you have to see 10 killer.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Juggle each and every Monday 6 to 7 p.m. right here on Slam 100.5 where we talk all of the latest developments in the footballing world. We just had our Hot Topic segment brought to you by Jack Daniels. We're jumping inside our healthy holistic haven now with our friends from Superb Health and Fitness, and what we're talking about today is cardiovascular fitness. So before we go any further, I want to welcome, as always, Akini Thomas and David Warner of Superb. Guys, welcome back.
Afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
So cardiovascular fitness. First of all, for the average person that may not know, they might have heard the term.
That term foreign to me.
And they might feel as though they have an understanding. But give us your guys really precise and layman's terms meaning of cardio, or what is cardiovascular fitness.
Okay, so cardio is basically a series of exercises, as in its simplest form, series of exercises targeted to challenge the heart and the lungs, among other. Sorry, again, a little feedback. Among other organs. Mainly to strengthen the heart, build the lung capacity for the purpose of just being more endurant, being able to run for that 90 minutes, be more comfortable when you're on the field, do a lot more. Even with your workouts, you'll be able to accomplish a lot more in over time, over a period of time.
All right, so in terms of the well, you got into it a little bit. So give us some more in terms of benefits now, because I'm trying to be sold on the whole, cardiovascular thing.
You need a little cardio.
Well, I mean, there are lots of benefits. Overall mental health, you get a little sharper, bloody circulatory system, blood flow. There are lots of benefits. You tend to realize that your workouts become a lot easier. Mm-hmm. Let's just say you do 10 runs. Over a period of time, those 10 runs will be increased because you could take it. You'll feel more comfortable while you're running. Right. So there's a lot of benefits that comes with it. As I say, the overall circulatory system, the blood flow. There's a lot that could be said about it. It's very, very important, especially if you're doing competitions.
Right.
Just overall working out for your overall development.
So for my little bit, Jassy, please, let me just find out. So let me say, for argument's sake, let me say somebody trying to get into doing the cardiovascular exercises and whatnot. Give us some just about 2 or 3 tips that you would recommend. Do or don'ts, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, some do's or don'ts, like if
I mean it depends on the exercises that the person is getting into. So for instance, some persons may think the cardiovascular or cardio workouts may just be raising the heart rate a little. It depends on what sport you're training for, or if it's just for general fitness. Now, if we're talking football, you want to get into a more serious cardio workout,
right,
where you would want to not just raise the heart rate, but to challenge yourself a little. So it's not just about raising the heart rate, but it's also about putting a little pressure on the lungs, to help strengthen yourself also. So those would definitely be increasing the runs, but it's not just increasing your runs in terms of doing long runs. So what we have to understand, or what I can share, is that shorter, faster runs would get you there, or get you the results a lot faster than longer, slower runs.
I could work with it.
So the intensity is based on the person and what they want to achieve. So if you are, let's say, it's somebody on the older side, then therefore they would have to use the slower, longer method.
Okay.
If it's somebody, especially a footballer, you would want to use those short runs. Some of us would see it where they use those shuttles or those suicide runs to get warm and stuff like that. So short and aggressive short, fast, and aggressive runs will definitely get you the results faster than long, slower runs. That's the do's and the don'ts.
I guess that sort of goes hand in hand with knowing yourself as well. So, for instance, me, I experience tremendous physical discomfort on longer runs. And when I say like lower back pains, that kind of thing, knee and joint issues. Whereas I found that, like, for instance, if I'm playing football, which entails a lot of more sprints and that sort of thing, I don't necessarily feel that discomfort. So my cardio workout might be different from yours, Bruce. So I guess what you guys would have just explained sort of gives an insight into the next question, which is, how do you know? Yes, you want to say that you're young and you could run long and you could run far, but is that necessarily always the best way, or how important is it to know your own capabilities to then design how your cardiovascular workout might look?
Well, you're correct.
Apologies. Yeah, you go right ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're correct. Definitely correct in terms of the longer runs. Definitely put a lot of pressure on your joints and your back. So you would most people tend to feel a little bit more comfortable with the shorter sprints and that type of stuff. Is also, like, if you're looking for weight loss and that type of stuff, you look to, you get more done or more achieved in a shorter space of time with the short sprints. I always kind of recommend the shorter sprints. So something like a 30-second sprint, and then you rest for a minute, and you do that like about 10 times, 5-10 times. Those things would definitely help you to burn the calories. And the other benefit that you get from it is something called an afterburn. All right, those type of workouts are called HIIT, high intensity interval training. You get something called an afterburn. A long run, usually as you finish the long run, you don't get much calories burnt after the long run. Usually it's on the long run itself. With the HIIT workouts, you tend to get a couple hours after, you're still burning calories. So there are a lot of benefits to the shorter workouts, and again, saving on your joints as well, which is the most important thing.
I really like some of that information, because my approach to cardio has not been, I don't know if that's a societal thing, but you feel as though because you can't run for long, like myself, I can't go on the mile long, or on 3 savannas and things. I could do 1 savannah game, my very best. As
the local slang, or as some of the fellas would say, that maths wasn't really mathsing for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something serious in terms of the points that you guys brought forward, and I really have to redo and revamp my whole plan, because normally my cardio would just involve Sunday morning reaching by the doubles, man, before the line get long. So, it's something I had to work on. I could appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you guys, just before I let you leave, one thing I always like to bring it back to, yes, we're talking to some footballers or some people who might have this estimation of themselves that they're Cristiano Ronaldo and there's Pogba and this, that, the other. But I always would like to bring it back to reality. And yes, now gyms are open, safe zones. But let's say, for instance, the person who still might not feel very comfortable going out and running around the savannah or running along the streets in the neighborhood, etc. What can they do in the little yard space? And the reason why I ask is because the West Indies cricket team, I know it's a little off topic, they are preparing for the World Cup.
Right.
Some players are playing in the IPL, but those that don't have contract, they recently landed in Dubai and they're going to quarantine. So a video of Hayden Walsh Jr. doing shuttles in his hotel room, which probably is no bigger than this wall to wall. So what can someone do in the little yard, in the gallery, in the backyard, porch, that kind of thing, to get the best or the most out of a cardiovascular workout?
So they could definitely have workouts done in those spaces. So a lot of people now will gravitate to YouTube. If persons still don't have the complete understanding of what you see on YouTube, because sometimes you don't really get a proper explanation. You will see persons doing things. So persons can definitely contact us at Superb Health and Fitness on Facebook and Instagram. to get any type of information that they need, any type of help and explanation with stuff. So as David would have mentioned earlier, those HIIT workouts, those high intensity interval training workouts would definitely help you with that cardio. And those are a lot of stuff that you could get done on the spot. But there's a lot that goes along with that. For instance, what you was mentioning there, Jassy, with the pains in the back and stuff like that. Because of the terrain you may be training on to, the switching terrain, sometimes you may be playing, well, you would obviously play football on a field, which is grass, and you may be going for your long runs on the road or a paved area. So that switch from that soft surface to that hard surface could also cause a lot of injuries as well, where you're constantly pounding on that hard surface, and the field is sometimes a run and a stop. So the terrain also has a lot to do with it. So to get any further information on things you can get done at home, you can definitely contact us via Facebook or YouTube at Superb Health and Fitness Limited.
All right, guys. As always, very informative in a nice little health segment for the ballers or the not so good ones, to the average, to the to the better ones like myself. We'll have a little thing in when you're ready.
The maths does match sometime, man. Once
yeah.
the sun and the moon align and thing, the cardiovascular is keeping. Like our whole kind of, the manual sometimes like kicking. Yeah.
All right, so thanks again, David and Akini, our friends from Superb Health and Fitness, for some really valuable information about cardiovascular fitness. And I guess some of the takeaway points is understand your body, know whether you could go on a short sprint, a series of short sprints, or you can go for the longer. Maybe sometimes you might want a mind clearing run, where you just go and you just shut out everything around and you just run. So know your body now, man. Don't go and feel as though you're playing match where you're going and do a 3 Savannahs and the most exercise you do in the last 6 months as we'll say, just go by double. Don't do yourself that.
Don't do yourself that, or the nation, don't do it.
Alright guys, so it's a Juggle each and every Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. We are running out of time quickly, but we have just one more segment to touch on around the world. And of course, I want to kind of dive into that whole Newcastle United takeover. It was the talk of the town last weekend. I tell you, £300 million investment by a Saudi Arabian public investment fund to buy Newcastle. A lot of people already saying they expect to see a back pay.
You know what kind of damage that could do?
We gonna talk about some of the implications of that deal when we come back in a short clip. It's the Juggle.
The Juggle.
Big baller, got my Benzema. Goal for me neck, nah give me eczema. Big baller, got my Benzema. Anyway you see me, you have to see 10 killer.